Warning, the following video contains spoilers for this past Monday's Raw. If you have not seen Raw, please turn away now. This is your final warning. I'm not kidding. Turn back now and come back later. Enjoy the video. The contenders for the WWE Raw Women's Championship talk about their upcoming match at Hell in a Cell. Also, Braun Strowman finally got him some competition, but not in the way you would think. A couple of not-so-PG promos happened last night on Monday Night Raw, and the return of a multi-time WCW and WWE World Heavyweight Champion. These are my top 5 favorite moments from Monday Night Raw. Let's roll that footage. How you doing, everybody? My name is Brandon Duchair Craven, and these are my top 5 favorite moments from Monday Night Raw. This time it is for 10/17/2016. So without further ado, let's get going. Number 5 this week, the Women's Championship interviews. For me, the power and the energy from these interviews was not there this week because you didn't have them do them face to face. If you want the power and you want the energy and you want the intensity of these interviews and this rivalry to continue, you have to keep them doing this stuff face to face to me. Because Sasha and Charlotte, they always do their best work when they're face to face. Think about their recent interviews on Raw. Think about last week when they had that promo with Rusev in the ring. How powerful it was with them both in the ring at the same time. Just the power of that interview was not there for me this week because they were doing them separate. And it just wasn't there for me. But still, they did what they could. Number 4 this week. Braun Strowman finally got him some competition. Definitely not my pick at all. But it looks like it's going to be Sami Zayn versus Braun Strowman. Now, this might actually be a good dynamic. Think about the past when you had Kevin Nash versus Rey Mysterio in WCW. Rey Mysterio versus Big Show, Rey Mysterio versus Kane. Anytime you have a David versus Goliath dynamic, it always tends to work out. Number 3 this week, the New Day segment. Now, I really can't talk about some of the high points of this promo because this is a family-friendly channel. But it was awesome as always from the New Day. And it was pretty risque and not so PG. Go watch it. You won't regret it. I promise. Number 2 this week. Bill Goldberg's return to WWE. It was everything that you'd expect it to be and more. It's like he said last night, and he got emotional last night. That's the first time I've seen Bill Goldberg get that emotional. Like he said last night, nobody forgot. And that, honestly, that surprises me. Because you think about it. It's been 12 years since he's been in a WWE ring. Longer than that if you stop watching WWE or WWE after they purchased WCW in 2001. So, it's been a while. And it would have been my number 1 had the whole promo not been so short. It had the whole "You're Next" promo, and it was a really good promo, but it just was like, it was a lot of him soaking it in, and rightfully so. But it was a lot of him soaking it in and not a whole lot of talking. So it would have been my number 1, but my number 1 pick for this week, Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, and Chris Jericho's promo to open the show. Mostly between Seth and Chris. Again, I cannot repeat what Seth said to Chris, and called Chris, for that matter. It was funny, though. Overall, fantastic segment with some possible dissension in the ranks between Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens. And it did, and it will set up a triple threat main event for next week's Raw between Chris Jericho, Kevin Owens, and Seth Rollins. So that's going to be an absolutely stellar main event match for next Monday's Raw. Let's check out my honorable mentions for this week. My honorable mention for this week, Goldberg's return. It was short and sweet and to the point, but I'm glad it finally happened. I really am. Let's check out some pros and cons for this week. My pro for this week, I really like how the WWE and Raw specifically are trying to get away more from the PG era promos, especially last night. If you saw some of the promos, they weren't exactly PG era and PG promos. They were more kind of that TV 14 type stuff. So anyway, I really, really like how they're trying to push farther and farther away from those promos and kind of pushing the edge a little bit. My con for this week, Bayley losing clean to Dana Brooke. Really. Now granted, I heard Bayley was actually injured during last night's match, which I hope that's not the case if she is legitimately injured. But if she is, I hope it's nothing serious. And if she isn't, I hope it's just really just part of their storyline. I heard there are a lot of good things coming up for Bayley, as possibly maybe even getting into the women's title picture on Raw, which I hope that's the case. And I hope she's not injured, because if she is seriously injured, that could very well put those plans on stop. So here's hoping. And that's going to do it for my top 5 favorite moments from Monday Night Raw for this week. Check back tomorrow for my top 5 favorite moments for SmackDown Live. And this is how the rest of the week is going to go. I know I said that this weekend I would be posting a review of Batman Telltale Series Episode 2, Children of Arkham, and a review of a local band here in town. Got some really great music. My weekend went a lot longer than expected, so I didn't get those posted. But the Batman Telltale Series Episode 2 review will be out on Thursday, and the review of that local band will be out on Friday. So be sure to check out those coming out later this week. They will be out later this week. I promise you that. So stick around for that. Coming up tomorrow is my top 5 favorite moments from SmackDown Live as always. And as always, my name is Brandon Duchair Craven. I'm down for the 3 count. 1, 2, 3. God bless you. I will see y'all tomorrow right here on the Rolling Wrestling Review YouTube channel. See ya!